At dawn off South Africa's coast, 4 flags flew side by side. China, Russia, Iran. In South Africa, warships moved in formation, not in the Pacific, not in the Middle East, but at one of the world's most strategic maritime crossroads. This wasn't just a naval drill, it was a message. On January 10th, 2026, China, Russia, and Iran began joint naval exercises with South Africa off the country's southern coastline near Cape Town. The drills are officially named Exercise Will for Peace 2026. According to military statements, the exercise focuses on maritime security, anti-piracy operations, coordinated naval maneuvers. On paper, this sounds routine, but context changes everything, because this is the first time all 3 China, Russia, and Iran are conducting such drills this far south in African waters, hosted by a country that claims neutrality. South Africa sits near one of the world's most critical maritime routes, the Cape Sea route, a fallback corridor when the Suez Canal is disrupted. Every year, trillions of dollars in goods pass nearby. Energy shipments, food supplies, and military logistics flow through these waters. Hosting these drills here isn't accidental. It places China, Russia, and Iran, symbolically and physically, near a choke point that matters to global trade and security. Confirmed participants include Chinese naval vessels, including destroyer-class ships, Russian warships deployed from long-range fleets, Iranian naval units operating far beyond their usual region, South African Navy vessels as host and coordinator. Observers from other BRICS Plus nations were also present. This is not just training, it's interoperability, navies learning how to operate together smoothly. That's what has raised eyebrows in Western capitals. Most headlines say, routine naval exercises. But here's what's rarely discussed. Iran rarely deploys this far south. Russia is under heavy Western sanctions. China is expanding its global naval footprint. Bringing all 3 together in African waters sends a subtle signal. We can operate together far from our home regions without Western coordination. This is less about firepower and more about presence and alignment. Western officials have expressed concern, noting the timing amid rising Middle East tensions, ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict, expanding BRICS influence. Inside South Africa, the South African government insists the drills are non-political defensive, part of international cooperation, but opposition parties argue the move risks diplomatic backlash, trade complications, erosion of neutrality. 3 things make this exercise unique. Geography, Africa, not Asia or the Middle East. Timing, during global geopolitical strain. Participants, 3 heavily scrutinized powers acting together. Military analysts say this isn't about preparing for war. It's about reshaping influence, not by force, but by coordination. The drills are expected to last about 1 week, ending mid-January 2026. What the world will be watching next. Will these drills become regular? Will more BRICS nations join? Will Africa become a new center for global military cooperation? Those answers won't come immediately, but the signal has already been sent. This wasn't about missiles. It wasn't about combat. It was about visibility. 4 nations sailing together near one of the world's most important sea routes.